Oh yeah, are you there?
My bad. I didn't realize I was muted. Let's try
It's
this
all
over.
right.
All right. So hello. On behalf of the Twilight Titans, I would like to introduce you to our website and our robot, Philosobot. Philosobot is a GPT-Neo model trained on a dataset of inspirational quotes to generate original and helpful advice that can prove to be a motivating and inspirational tool in one's life. And now let's properly introduce ourselves. So, hey, I'm Arya, the Forutanpour, the project manager for the Twilight Titans. I oversaw and guided the development of our natural language processing. Additionally, I contributed to the CSS and worked on enhancing the visual aspects of our website. Philosobot emerged from our group's deep love for philosophy and our fascination with NLP and AI.
Hi, I'm Sullivan, one of the machine learning engineers for the Twilight Titans. I work to train the model that brings you inspirational quotes in the form of Philosobot. And I also worked with Akillesh, the other machine learning engineer, on the behind-the-scenes coding for the website, which I'll talk about later.
Hey guys, I'm Akillesh. I'm the other ML engineer. Like Sullivan said, I helped in the background of this entire project. I also made sure that there was no errors throughout the program and the bot did not give bad messages.
Hi, I'm Aaron Hodson. I'm one of the two front-end engineers. Going into this project, I was one of the I think I was the only person in the team that had experience with HTML and CSS. So it was really fun to be able to learn it all kind of together and develop our skills and teach a little bit. We managed to create this website using a CSS grid instead of a Bootstrap template, so that we had complete customization and can use it for mobile, tablet, and desktop layouts.
Hey y'all, I'm Renae Wang, and I'm the other front-end engineer of Twilight Titans, and I focused on the web design and making Philosobot appealing and compatible for all users. And since Payton is unable to speak today, I'll be speaking on behalf of him. Payton is our data scientist. He helped us find data sets to feed into Philosobot. Additionally, he aided us in debugging our program and coming up with ideas. And last but not least, we have Shanav, who has been our amazing instructor. He has been our guiding light throughout this creation of Philosobot. Without him, none of this would have been possible. Thanks, Shanav. When I was designing this web format, I made sure to use a vibrant color palette to match Philosobot's vibrant and optimistic goals. Additionally, I used various fonts and text sizes to emphasize the importance hierarchy of different features. On the main page here, there are two main features. On the right, you can see there's a message of the day box, where a new quote is generated once every 24 hours to help uplift our users' days. On the left is our main feature, the generate random quote button, which Aaron will be explaining from here.
Thank you, Renee. So if you click on that generate random message button, it will take you to the main function of our website, the generate page. It has that slight fade in effect to just give you a little bit of an extra pop. And for anybody out there that has any problems with motion on websites, there's a reduced function option in settings that people can turn on, and our website responds to them. So if it turns on, if they have that turned on, all animations are turned off. The generated text is in white up there at the top. Listen with curiosity, speak with honesty, speak with conviction. Thank you, Philosobot. Let's say we really love that quote. We want to remember that. We would just click that save button, have that lovely animation to show you that it has been saved. And we'll talk a little bit more about what that means later. Even further below that, that prompt bar is where you would type in a prompt. So you could do today is or AI camp is. And if you hit enter or submit, then it will give you a quote based on that prompt. So we got AI camp is the place to start any adventure and the place to improve your life. We went ahead and saved that because I think that's a pretty great quote. And then also you can generate another random message on this page as well. So you don't have to do it from the main menu, from the main page. I'll pass it on to Sullivan.
Thank you. So if you may have noticed when we clicked the generate random message button, it didn't take very long to load. This is possible because we have a second thread running in the background of our website, which constantly generates quotes from the Hugging Face API. And because this is on a separate thread, the user doesn't have to wait for a quote. So instead of generating a quote on the fly, when the user clicks generate random message, they will access a pre-generated quote that was generated by the second thread. So that way the experience is really smooth without any limitations. For generating the random message, what we do is we take a random quote from a separate data set of inspirational quotes that we didn't use to train our model, and then pass it in to the Hugging Face API. Once it gets a response, it checks to make sure it is a valid quote. So for example, sometimes when we were starting this project off, we would get quotes that had a bunch of periods or non-dictionary words. So what we do is go through each word in the response and check if it's in the dictionary. And if it fails that check, if there's a word that's not in the dictionary, it attempts to generate the quote up to 5 times. And then if it fails all of that, it will it'll return a randomly pre-generated quote so that the user still gets something that they like. So earlier before, we showed that we could save this, but now we need to access it. So we'll go to the Save Quotes tab. So the Save button is possible because when the user clicks the Save Message button, it saves the current quote that's on the page to local storage. And so this is made so that even if the user closes the tab and closes the browser, as long as they open it back up, their saved quotes will still be there until they clear their cache. So on the left, we can see the saved quotes that the users have decided to save. And if you save more than 5, you can tab over to see all of them. Along with this, if you have saved a previous quote but decide you don't really like that quote anymore, you can always delete the quote and it'll disappear. And along with that, if you have generated and saved a quote, but you can't remember exactly what it is, you can also search for it. So if we search for freedom, it'll come up with all the quotes that have freedom in it, and then you can clear it as well. And I'll pass it back on to Arya.
Thank you, Sullivan. We hope that Philosobot will provide you with infinite inspirations for your infinite problems. With that being said, though, if anyone has any questions, feel free to speak up and our team can answer them.
There's one more thing for this presentation here I'd like to show since we have a moment. Sullivan, if you could zoom in all the way on this website, please. You'll see that the website is completely responsive to no matter what web page it is. So even if you zoom in completely, can you do that again? A little bit more. There you go. So this would be the size of the phone layout so that it even moves the message of the day below it so that you don't have things stacked on top of each other. And as you can see, everything is still completely functional.
Anyways, that's the end of our presentation. And so now, do y'all have any questions?
Was that responsive part of the website a part of the Bootstrap template, or did you like manually do that by
We did
coding it?
not use a Bootstrap template. I used something called CSS Grid, which allows you to have it be responsive.
Okay, that's pretty good. This is really impressive.
Thank you.
And what's really cool about this website is that like it's people from all kinds of demographics can use it. We made it especially easy for all kinds of people to use, where we just have one button and it's just like applicable for all kinds of people, and it's really easy to incorporate into your life. And we're hoping that's what people would do.